Hello, thanks for joining us. I'm Scott Smith.
And I'm Nicole Perbino. On Park Update this week, St. Louis Park City Manager Tom Harmening receives a very prestigious award.
Parktacular tried to keep ahead of the raindrops.
The Eliot school site's finally moving ahead with redevelopment.
These stories and more just ahead on the update. Parktacular kicked off last Thursday with the senior dinner and senior ambassador coronation at the Minneapolis Marriott West. One of the best turnouts in recent memory ushered in new royalty and an evening of entertainment with moonlight in the park.
At this time, I would like Judy and Denny to please come on stage as we introduce the 2014-2015 Senior Ambassadors.
Well, share a concert last night, this tonight, life is good. I've met most of the people that are on the ambassador list this year, and they're all such nice people.
I don't know, I gotta thank Chet and Ann for talking us into this. We don't know whether to blame them or thank them. So.
For the second year in a row, raindrops kept falling on Parktacular, but the mantra rain or shine meant the show must go on, and it did. Friday evening's Rock the Block party brought a huge crowd to the town green at Excelsior and Grand. Food was aplenty, and two bands, headlined by R Factor, had visitors dancing in the street. The rain stopped just long enough on Saturday for the Grand Day Parade to complete its trek through St. Louis Park to the delight of many smiling faces along the route. Rubber Soul, the Beatles tribute band, closed out the night under a protective canopy at the Veterans Memorial Amphitheater in Wolf Park. Sunday's all-faith service was moved indoors due to the weather, and the Belgian Waffle Breakfast, sponsored by Boy Scout Troop 282, went on as scheduled within the weather-resistant confines of the rec center. Obviously, the weather could have been better, but an awful lot of people had a great experience at this year's Parktacular. Thanks to Joan Fenton for all the hard work, as well as many, many dedicated volunteers, sponsors, and city staff who make our city's annual event possible.
The city has multiple employment opportunities available at this time, including police officer, part-time and full-time dispatchers, and ticket concessions attendant. The application deadlines vary, so please visit stlouispark.org/employment.html to view the full job descriptions and apply online.
The St. Louis Park School District has sold the former Eliot school site. The development will include 2 new apartment buildings with a total of 138 apartments and 2 new single-family homes on the north end of the site. The apartment buildings will be 3 stories in height and 2 stories in some areas. Underground parking will be provided for residents, and 20 stalls of surface parking for guests will be located along a private driveway between the 2 buildings. Construction on the new buildings is expected to begin this summer and is anticipated to be completed by the end of 2015.
You are invited to attend the Blake Road Corridor Study Open House on June 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Eisenhower Community Center in Hopkins. This meeting is the first of 3 public open houses intended to identify short and long-term needs for the entire corridor. After this meeting, draft concepts will be developed for review at the second open house in late summer 2014. Bus transportation will be provided to the meeting. Stops and times in St. Louis Park can be found on the city website, stlouispark.org. Contact St. Louis Park Senior Planner Sean Walther at 952-924-2574 for questions or more information.
Hey, a reminder that the St. Louis Park Historical Society is holding a membership drive and would like you to consider joining. If you're a longtime resident or brand new to the park, you can share your history or simply learn more about the community you call home. Some of you will remember this. Good grief. Believe it or not, Charlie Brown, not the cartoon but the namesake, once lived in St. Louis Park. It was on 36th Street between Highway 100 and Wooddale Avenue, where the houses were once demolished for offices and now the offices are demolished for condos. It was a thriving neighborhood in the 1940s and 50s. Charlie, not Charles, Francis Brown was born February 23, 1926 in Minneapolis. In 1946, the family moved to a house at 5710 West 36th Street in the park. This house is no longer there. Then sometime between about 1950 and 1956, the family moved to 3971 Princeton, also in the park. Charlie Brown met Charles Schultz when they were both instructors at art instruction schools in Minneapolis. Schultz was a budding cartoonist and, for whatever the reason, asked Charlie Brown if he could use his name. Well, Brown said yes. Although his head was not round, he did not own a zigzag shirt and was not wont to say, "Good grief." The first cartoon featuring Charlie Brown went to press on October 2, 1950. Other Minneapolis folks who lent their names to the strip were Frieda Rich and Linus Maurer. Brown insists there was no Pigpen. As the years went by, Brown directed a young people's journal at Notre Dame. Charlie then returned to Minneapolis and spent 20 years as director of the Hennepin County Juvenile and Detention Center. Charlie Brown died on December 5, 1983 at age 57. Peppermint Patty remembers him as being the life of the party. Good grief. More information is available at slphistory.org.
Do you sell produce and flowers? The Rec Center is looking for a vendor for our Fresh Tuesdays program. Fresh Tuesdays are held outside the Rec Center on Tuesdays from 2:30 to 7 p.m. There is no fee, just a vendor who can commit to our designated times June through mid-September. Please contact Lisa Abernathy at 952-924-2539 for more information.
The St. Louis Park Operations and Recreation Department is partnering with the St. Louis Park Rotary to bring you another exciting summer concert series. Performances are all free and filled with amazing talent. The next concert is June 25th at the Veterans Memorial Amphitheater in Wolf Park, headlining the Eagle River Band. The country and classic rock performance begins at 7 p.m. And hey, if you can't make it to the concert, tune in to Park TV 16 and watch it live or later on demand at parktv.org or replayed on Park TV Channel 16. You simply can't miss it. In the event of inclement weather, please do call 952-924-2567 for concert status. Just ahead, Nicole has more events for the young and young at heart on Generations.
Register now for upcoming fun trips sponsored by the SLP Senior Program. See the St. Paul Saints on Wednesday, July 23rd, 11:45 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. This is the last season the Saints are playing at Midway Stadium. A trip to Plymouth Playhouse to see Ring of Fire, the music of Johnny Cash, is scheduled for Wednesday, August 6th, 10:45 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Participants will enjoy a buffet luncheon at the Green Mill before seeing this musical. For more information and to register, call 952-928-6444. Stop by the Aquatic Park on Saturday, June 21st for the chance to learn more about the all-new sci-fi adventure movie Earth to Echo. Advanced screening passes, movie posters, and additional promo items will be available while supplies last. Nashville recording artist Ricky Lee will be performing at the Veterans Memorial Amphitheater in Wolf Park as part of his Made in America tour on Saturday, June 21st at 7 p.m. As an up-and-coming country artist, you do not want to miss this unique and free opportunity. The Rec Minute is up next.
This is Becky McConnell with this week's Rec Minute. Are you looking for fun summer opportunities for kids? Westwood Hills Nature Camps offer lots of opportunities for kids from preschooler to 8th grade. Our camps provide hands-on opportunities for lots of exploring, discovering, and enjoying time outdoors. Our camps are all led by trained professional naturalists who have a passion for sharing the outdoors in a safe, fun, supportive environment. For more information about these camps in Westwood's beautiful woods, marsh, and prairie, contact the Nature Center at 952-924-2544. Find us on our website at www.westwoodhillsnaturecenter.org or find us on Facebook. Also this summer, Westwood's legendary puppets are taking their show on the road. This summer, for 1 week only in July, we will have 3 offerings of 3 different shows. One show is Insect Metamorphosis, another is the 3 R's, Reduce, Reuse, Recycle, and the final is What's Happening in the Woods. For information on these programs and these traveling puppet shows where we can come to you, please contact the Nature Center at 952-924-2544.
In City Council news, the 10 new CERT, or Community Emergency Response Team members, were sworn in. CERT, a FEMA program, supports the idea and importance of community volunteers and citizen preparation. With the training, this team now can provide immediate assistance to victims, organize volunteers, and assist in collection of information that will allow professional responders the ability to better prioritize resources following a disaster. Past St. Louis Park President and Director of Parks and Recreation Chris Gears was honored as he is retiring as of July 3rd. Gears currently is the Executive Director of the Three Rivers Park District. City Council and staff thanked Gears for his tremendous leadership and contributions to the Parks and Recreation field and wished him much enjoyment in his retirement. And lastly, City Council surprised City Manager Tom Harmening with the announcement that the League of Minnesota Cities has honored Harmening with its highest award, the League of Minnesota Cities Leadership Award. City Council nominated Harmening for the award, recognizing him for his service, contributions, and selfless conduct focused on the great good of the community, to name just a few.
The council voted to appoint me as city manager. I was at home, and Jeff called me to tell me that the council had voted to appoint me, and I was scared and nervous because I was following Charlie Meyer, and Charlie was incredibly well respected, a tough act to follow. And I remember Jeff saying, I said something to the effect, "I've got big shoes to fill," and Jeff said, we're not hiring you to fill Charlie Meyer's shoes. We're hiring you to fill your own shoes and be a leader for this community. And I'll never forget that, Jeff. That meant a lot to me. So thank you. Okay. Cool.
Tom, you do mean so much to so many. Congratulations.
Well, that's it for this week's Park Update. Thank you for watching.
Now be sure you take some time to get out there and experience life in the park.